Hey everyone, so happy to be back with you today. This is Ben Morales, your personal financial coach. And I just wanted to give you an update. Some of you, if you follow this channel, you may have noticed that over the last couple of weeks, I didn't post anything. And I usually try to post a video, 1 or 2 videos per week. Well, I went on vacation the last week of March, and I took my family for about 8 days. We went to go see some family out in the East Coast. We had a really great time. It was a great time just to be out there getting some sun. There's not a lot of sun right now here in Illinois, but we had a good time out there on the East Coast. And after 8 days, we started heading back home. And in the journey of coming back home, once we left, I got a call about 5 hours into our journey. And they told me that I had left a briefcase. And in that briefcase was all the video and recording equipment that I had taken with me to the trip. So very next day, they shipped it back home to me, and we were hoping to get it in 5 days, and that did not happen. It actually took more like 10 days for it to get home. I just got it back yesterday, so that is why I haven't gotten a chance to post. So here I am today with you all today. So happy to be back with you once again. Anyhow, today's video is going to be a video answering a question that I was asked by a friend of mine who's actually been in the financial service industries for a very long time. He actually saw one of the other videos that I did about velocity banking, and he asked me, hey, you mentioned velocity banking in one of your videos. What is it? Well, if you don't know what velocity banking is, don't feel bad. It's actually a marketing term, but in this video, I'm going to give a little bit of a history of how it got here to the United States and how you could actually use it to better your finances. So that's really important, because did you know that in the ending of 2024, credit card debt is now at $1.21 trillion here in the United States. And that's actually up $45 billion from 2019, which was before COVID. So that is not a good sign, because credit card debt continues to go up. So we need to get a better handle on it. We need to manage credit card debt more efficiently and more effectively. So what is velocity banking? Velocity banking, in a nutshell, it's a strategy. That's all it is. And that strategy is an interest cost saving strategy. So it helps you to save interest costs. And who would not want to save interest? It uses a debt tool in order to leverage your cash flow, right? And then speed up the process of paying off debt. And the way you're going to leverage your cash flow is when you're using a velocity banking tools, and we're going to cover what the tools are in just a moment. But when you're using a velocity banking tool, you don't leave your money inside of a bank. You actually use that tool, park your money, your income into that particular tool, and then you disperse it to pay your everyday expenses, including the debt that you're trying to pay. So before I go into explaining exactly how it got here into the United States, I want you to picture velocity bank is like an umbrella. And let's say you are in a storm, and that storm is called debt, and you're trying to get out of it. You have to figure out what tool is going to be the best one for you. So let's just quickly draw out an umbrella. Okay. And basically, there's four main tools that you can use. The first one is the most easy to access, and that is a credit card. Very, very easy to get a credit card, right? You're going to be able to go to just about any bank, any lender, any credit union, apply for a credit. If you have decent enough credit, you can start getting credit cards at different types of banks and for different limits, okay? The next one is a personal line of credit, which oftentimes, if you don't have a good credit card history, or at least the basics taken care of, it can be difficult for you to get a personal line of credit. And if you do end up getting a personal line of credit, you might get a personal line of credit with a higher rate. The other one, if you already are a homeowner, then you can leverage what's called a HELOC, right? I've done a lot of videos around that, how to leverage HELOCs. I love to teach my clients to use first position HELOCs, but a HELOC is a home equity line of credit. And the longer you are in your home and the more equity you build up, you can actually leverage that equity and start to pay off your credit card debt or your mortgage debt a lot quicker and more efficiently. And the last one, if you own a business, you can also use a business line of credit, right? We call this our velocity banking umbrella. And those are the four main tools that you could use. Now, I want to pause there want to say you could also use if you have a whole life policy, you could also leverage the cash value of your whole life policy to implement the velocity banking strategy. You can use an IUL. You can also borrow from your 401k and do the same thing as well. And you can also use a self-directed IRA. But the reason why I like these is because this is other people's money. You're actually borrowing the bank's money, and you're not touching your investments when you use some of the other things I just mentioned. So where did velocity banking come from again, or where did the concept of this come from? Well, it was brought to the United States by Harj Gill. Okay, he is an Australian economist. He's also a mortgage expert. And an interesting thing, as I was doing my research on this, back in 1997, he actually brought it to the United States. He wrote a book about it, and that book is called "Own Your Own Home Years Sooner and Retire Debt Free." And he had a lot of resistance when he was trying to introduce this into our banking system. One of the reasons why in Australia, I found out they don't have 30-year mortgages. Actually, the United States is the only country that has 30-year mortgages, and that's by design, right? The job of the bank is to keep us paying interest to them instead of eliminating the interest quickly and doing other things with that cash flow, more productive to us and our families. So again, that's by design. But Harj Gill was the owner or the creator of the velocity banking strategy. He calls it speedequity.com. If you go to that website, that's his business, speedequity.com. It's also called accelerated banking. So what it's called is not important. It's what it does is. What it does and how you implement it is the real important thing. And this could actually help you more quickly and efficiently pay off your debt. So again, if you don't know about it, like my friend, he didn't know about it, don't feel bad because it's not common knowledge. It's definitely not taught in our schools, just like a lot of our other financial concepts. And it's not taught in the banking industry. I've worked at many, many big banks, three of the top six banks in the United States. I've talked to a lot of different executives, district managers, market managers, CEOs of departments of the banks, and no one has heard of velocity banking. So if you find yourself in that position, you want to learn more about it, you've heard about it, but you're a little bit afraid, you're on the fence, you don't know what to do, continue to watch this channel. There's other channels as well out there, a lot of information about velocity banking that you can educate yourself and start to learn more about this process. And if you need help implementing, there's a lot of channels out there. If you want me to help you with that, I'd be more than happy to do so as well. So this basically in a nutshell is a brief introduction to velocity banking. There's a lot more depth to it, which if you continue to follow this channel, you can continue to see other insights that I will be able to share with you. So I hope this video helps. Again, I'm so happy to be back with you on today. I'm looking forward to continue to service you in this way. Please continue to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I love the comments that you are putting in these comment section. I promise to reply just as soon as I can. So until the next video, I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.